but fumes are dangerous because they're a gateway to leading you to burnout, to making you sick, to not uh, taking you into a season of where you're not healthy. And fuel is great when you're doing things that are they're the right things, and they're fanning the flames, and um, you're motivated, inspired, and encouraged, and you're doing some awesome things. The question is, how long will that last? Welcome to the It Matters podcast. I'm your host, Walter Perez, and let's dive in as we help you grow your mindset and elevate your leadership. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the It Matters podcast. Thanks for joining me on another episode. I'm excited you're here. I've had the privilege of hearing from many of you telling me what you think and the things that you're learning and the things that you're applying, and it means the world to me. So thank you. It's really exciting to see that we're growing together and that we're impacting the world together. And so, we talk about leadership on this podcast, and leadership is not just about running an organization or leading a company. It's about leading yourself and leading your family in those smaller spaces, more intimate spaces. Leadership matters as well. And so I got a question for you, because at the time of this episode, we're mid-year. We're halfway through the year, and I'm wondering, how are you doing? Some of you have done goals and dreams, and some of you do this on a continuous basis, and you do reflections and all that kind of stuff. But how are you doing? I find it that if you're not that great at doing reflections throughout the year, you should at least take a pause. You should at least take a moment halfway through, because if things are not going the way you want, then you can do an adjustment right now and make sure the next half of the year is amazing. Now, if things are doing great, I still think you should take a moment and a pause, because you want to make sure that you understand what you're doing well and what you're doing correct. And so here's my question. Are you running on fumes right now, or are you running on fuel? Because if I can be honest with you, I have a bit of a mix of emotions on this one. At this present moment, I've been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, because I feel like I might be running on fumes, if I can be honest with all of you. There has been just so many things going on. And I know that there's so many of you out there that have a lot going on. And sometimes as leaders, we just, hey, we got to keep going. We got to break through. We just have to keep this ball rolling, because that's what it takes, and that's what it means to be a leader, or that's what it means to be an adult, or a high performer, whatever you want to call it. And so we just go, and we don't realize, or we don't stop long enough to look into it and see, is it working? Is it not working? What is working? What isn't working? What does this look like? Do I need to tweak? Do I need to pivot, adjust? Do I need to change completely? Or do I just need to pause for a moment and rest? And so I wanted to encourage you today that regardless of where you're at, whatever season you're going through, that you pause and you take a time out, because it's very important to assess right now. Are you running on fumes, or are you running on fuel? Fumes, you feel like, well, this is just a small season, and potentially you're correct. This time will pass, but fumes are dangerous because they're a gateway to leading you to burnout, to making you sick, to not uh, taking you into a season of where you're not healthy. And fuel is great when you're doing things they're the right things, and they're fanning the flames, and um, you're motivated, inspired, and encouraged, and you're doing some awesome things. The question is, how long will that last? And I'm not a downer, but I want to be honest and make sure that we are assessing, because the fuel can be great, but sometimes we can push ourselves to the point that then it will lead to fumes, and it could lead to just the downfall, or just some chaotic scenario, because you were not taking care of yourself. And so, are you running on fumes or fuel? And so I'm going to encourage you to take a time out. So what does that look like? Okay. In a sports analogy, when teams take time out, we see uh, this strategic timeout being taken when the team is not doing so well, when the team is losing, and it's a way to get everybody kind of, hey, let's get you some rest, let's get you motivated here, let's get you refocused, let's get you back on track so we know what to do next. And sometimes just a little rest, a little you pause in the game can make the world of a difference. Now, you can also take a timeout when things are going great. Sometimes things are going so good that you're go, 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 and you just need to rest a little bit. Here, this is what I need to tell you all, okay? Rest is not the enemy. Rest is not the thing that's going to cause us to fail. Rest is not going to be the thing that causes us to not have momentum. Rest is not the enemy to potentially get us off course. Rest is our friend, and we need to learn how to apply it and use it well to be able to function to the best of our ability as a leader. I've heard it say, somebody once told me, say, well, you know, rest will kill momentum, and you just can't do that. Well, if you have the right attitude, and in fact, if you learn to apply rest on a regular basis, it'll become your friend and will actually fuel you and not cause you problems. And for when you're running on fumes, rest is going to be just ultra important, because all you need to do sometimes is, you know, I need to think about something else. I need to rest my physical body. I need to rest my emotions. I need to rest my mental state. I need to rest my spirit. Whatever it is, rest is going to be a key ingredient. And we can probably chat more about this later on and go deeper and deeper. But I want to bring to your attention to give yourself a timeout right now. And one way that you can do this is reflect on your last 6 months. You want to reflect longer, or the last year and a half, 100% go for it, do it. But if you're not fully satisfied with where you're at starting the next 6 months of this 2025, then hey, pause for a moment and go, okay, what hasn't done? What hasn't gone well? What haven't I done well? What is going on right now that I need to change? Because if you continue on this path, you're going to go to burnout, and you're going to attract things into your life that are going to hurt you and not benefit you. And so, what are you doing right now? What can you be grateful for this past 6 months that you're going, okay, this has worked out, but this is not. And I need to just pivot a little bit. I need to change the way I do my schedule. I need to change what I'm working on, what I'm focusing on. I need help. I've been doing it alone. I need more people around me. I need community. What do you need to do to be able to get yourself back on track? Rest. And rest could be done in a way that you go do something that's going to be life-giving in a different way. You might be an office person. You might be working on paperwork all the time, but maybe you need to go outside. Maybe you need to go play a sport. Maybe you need to pick up a hobby. Maybe you need to go play some cards. I don't know. It give yourself the opportunity to just shift so that you can uh, regenerate, that so you can refocus and get back up and going, okay, let's re-engage now. Now, maybe you're on the other side and you're going, Walter, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not tired. I don't need rest. I'm running on fuel right now. Things are great. They've never been better. I am killing it. Okay. You still need to practice the art of reflection and pause and going, okay, rest is important, because seasons like this don't always last. And hey, all of us are going through something. All of us are going through something. And I want to acknowledge that. We're all going to have challenges. We are going to have problems. But when and how is it going to come about? Sometimes these things are a surprise. And so when they come, are you prepared? Are you prepared to learn how to work through them? Or when it hits you, you just break down. So do you have an action plan in your reflection? Can you be grateful about the things that are going well? Yeah, you've had a solid 6 months. Do you know what you're doing well? Do you know what the secret sauce in that is? I personally think moving forward here, part of your secret sauce is going to be rest and having timeouts and learning how to have margin in your schedules and your weeks so then you can actually not only win now, but win long term. And when we learn to activate that properly, it puts things into perspective. We really pause and really think, okay, why am I doing what I'm doing? What's the purpose of this? Why did I even start? Why am I in this right now and where am I heading? When you ask these type of questions, you put things into a field here of looking at it. You put it in front of you and you lay it out and you go, okay, I am still doing what I was supposed to do. I haven't gone off course. I am winning because I am passionate and I'm on purpose. Or no, I'm not because I've actually got distracted. I started taking on too much. I started going into another lane of things that I'm not supposed to be in. So what are you doing? And are you aware of that? You need to know and you have clarity in this stuff so you have clarity for the future. When you have clarity of your past, you come into the present, you figure all that out and you know what to do next. Because if you're not happy, if you're tired, if you're not excited about where you're at right now, then today is the day to change. Today is the day to adjust and say, okay, let's refocus, let's change. It's just, let's change. And change can be difficult if you let it be difficult. It starts with the mental challenge potentially, but start thinking about the good things. Remember your why, remember your purpose, remember your dreams, remember this potential that you're trying to tap into. You're wanting to become the best version of yourself. Remember that it's about people, but it's also about taking care of yourself in that process so you can lead better. If you're going to lead, you need to lead well. And that's one way of doing that is to taking care of yourself. And one way that I know that is rest. And I'm not sitting here telling you this because I'm perfect at it, because I continue to learn and adjust and pivot. And I'm realizing right now that I need a timeout because I'm actually on the fume side, running on fumes and not running on fuel. And I want to change that so that I can start today, start tomorrow and go, I'm fueled again. I'm fueled again, and I can give you all my best and give everybody else in my life my best. And along here, just continue to learn and knowing that I'm not perfect. You're a human being, and I know you're going to have problems, tough times, and challenges. That is a promise that even if you're having a good season right now, there's something potentially around the corner, but that doesn't have to take you out. It doesn't have to be the end. It doesn't have to cause you to throw in the towel. All this means is we just have to change our game plan. We have to play the game a little bit different. We have to play our cards a little different. And we can still get in the game. We can still stay in the game. We just have to play it different. And so do you know how to play your game? Do you know how you know what the next card that you're gonna put out? What's the next move you're gonna make? If you haven't thought of that, think about that today. Think about that today, because I don't want you to be running on fumes. And if you are, you can tweak that and there'll be little phases of that, but don't let it last long. And I want you to run on fuel, but I want it to be fuel that will be long lasting and have longevity instead of these little short, phases of it. I hope this adds value to you. I'm passionate about this because I think that as leaders, we can be go-getters, but we also need to be wise and we need to be very good stewards about our bodies, about us, about our people, about the things that we're working on. And if we're going to be great stewards and have great leadership in that, then we're going to have to do these little hard things that seem like are irrelevant, but actually matter. Because if we take care of ourselves, everything else will take care of itself as well. We lead by example. We take care of ourselves. We take care of our people. Our people then ripple that into everything else they're doing. And so I hope this encourages you. Please let me know in the comments what you think. What are you doing differently? What are you learning right now? What are you adjusting? What are you looking forward to in the next 6 months? And how are you going to make the next 6 months better than the first 6? I hope this inspires you. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the It Matters podcast. And remember, it's a win-win when the leader leads well. Go lead well, and then you will be doing some amazing things in this next half of the year. Catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.